Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. I wanted to make a video about changing people's lives and how I just feel like it's much easier than people may think, and that may be preventing people from action or really helping someone who may need it, and they may be an arm's length away. I think about people who are struggling and can't make ends meet, and potentially people right next to them, with crypto profits and other types of investing from assets that would yield them exponential growth to the point of they should be able to help out those around them. And it's a lot easier than people think. And I like to think back to when I was in elementary school. I was in class and a special needs teacher came in and called me out and told me I was going down to the classroom with them. So I went with her, and it turns out I had two friends who had Down syndrome, and they were having a pizza party. And this was like second or third grade. They invited me to come eat pizza with them because they could invite somebody that was their friend. And so I had these two guys pick me together. So I would go down, and I remember their names were Damien and I think Gage. And we would go eat pizza together, and I would hang out with them in the special needs classroom while the other class that I was supposed to be in would be doing social studies or math or whatever we were learning that day. And I remember just eating pizza with them and cutting up and having a good time, and then go hang out at recess. And then I would get to go back to my class like an hour or hour and a half later, and all my friends in that class would be like, "Man, where'd you go? How'd you get to do that? Why don't I get to go eat pizza?" And all this stuff. And I just think about those times, and when we grow old and then look back at certain things, the funniest things, stick with you. And I'm not trying to tell you this to impress you. I'm trying to tell you this to impress upon you that literally you can change somebody's life with not very much effort. Something that I plan on doing is going and finding Damien and Gage and just using some of the profits that I make from crypto to treat them to a weekend or a week-long just adventure of whatever they want to do. I haven't talked to them in a long time, but I guarantee that there's something they would like to do that maybe their parents couldn't afford to do or couldn't just make it happen for them. And I'm going to take it upon myself to make that happen, because I remember the kindness that they showed me in elementary school, and just how everybody was just so friendly and loving, and there was no rifts going on. And thinking back, elementary school was the jam. People didn't look at each other for their political views or their skin color or anything that divides us as a community. And I'm just going to seek out those people that were in my life personally who were perfect examples of that type of love and compassion and things that we need in order to really move the civilization forward and move on to a more equitable and just friendly society as a whole. And I think that is achievable, but I know that there's a lot of bad out there too. And so not only are we combating that, but we're also trying to build up the good and the people who are being sort of ran over by this system, to be able to help them when they'll need it most. And so I plan on helping some other people as well, a couple of family members and things like that have just stood by me no matter what I've been through, and really just helped, I would say more emotionally than anything, just, if something were to happen, not even the people that ask you if you're okay that day, or if they could offer any help that day, if you were sick or something like that, but the people who check on you 2 weeks later and are still thinking about your situation and are really just a part of your life. Those are the types of people that I think can be helped the most, and really just the possibilities are endless. I mean, you can, in the drive-through, I've seen before an irate person behind me, and it just looks like they're having the worst day imaginable on the phone, yelling, whatever. And you just ask the people at the drive-through, how much is the bill behind me? $6? Okay, just add that to my bill. I want to, pay for theirs and just pay it forward. And I can't tell you how many times pulling out of the drive-through, getting onto the road, and you just look and you can see their face, and it completely changes them instantly. They were in a terrible mood, and then somebody paid for their meal, and it's almost like they can tell that somebody was watching out for them, somebody had an eye on them. Just a really unique and cool things that you can do, and I plan to use Crypto Profits to help people. I'm definitely going to take care of myself, and I'm going to splurge on some stuff that I have been basically holding back on in order to invest and not put my current lifestyle at risk or anything, but really set the tone for not to buy something now and wait until my money 100x's and then buy something that I've been wanting to. And I think that that's a really, really good opportunity for those who are looking for ways to help people. And I'm not the most outgoing person. I'm actually pretty shy when it comes to just interacting with people out in public. But I know that as long as my heart's in the right spot and I'm actually trying to help and focusing on the good, that will be a net positive, and that's what I'm really aiming to do. So I just want to put that out there, that you can really change people's lives with not very much effort, not very much money either. I mean, some of these people, buying their lunch changes their whole day, maybe even their whole week. It could turn their life around if they're at rock bottom. I mean, this stuff is no joke. So I want you to take that into consideration. Stoffel Baker out.